everybody, it's Doug here, Doug Mystigon Board Game Geek, bringing you episode 5 of our playthrough of Ghostbusters, the board game where Doug doesn't get rules right. It's one of those ones. You know, sometimes I do great with the rules and sometimes I don't. Well, this is one of the ones where I need to remind myself that when I learn a game at a con, it doesn't mean I learned it the right way. So I'm going to go through some corrections, and I want to thank my viewers for writing me and pinging me and let me know where I've made some errors that I can cover with you. I may go back and annotate some other videos, or just probably if you're watching the series I'll just reference this one. But I do want to get to that, so before we get started with our turns, let me talk about a couple of things. So you know when I attacked a gate and I said you get 1 experience point for every stream you put on a gate? Well, that's true. You also get the same thing. So I've been ripping myself off in experience quite a bit. You also get the same experience for ghosts as well. So if it's a 1-stream ghost, you get an experience point. If it's a 2-stream ghost and you got both streams, you get 2. If you split it between 2 people, each person gets 1, yada yada yada, so on and so forth. So, you know, there's some examples of that in the rule book. Again, I made the mistake of thinking I had learned this well from a con session, and I did not. So I'm going to correct it, and we're going to start doing it correctly. Now, the thing that is interesting is it does seem that under these circumstances you'd level up very quickly during the course of a campaign and probably be at the top level of the experience chart by the time you got to the last one, or maybe even earlier. But that's okay. That's the rules. That's the way it's supposed to be. So my apologies. We will get that right going forward. Also, a gameplay correction. Spangler here should have had a slime token on him. So he was here. I'm just going to move him to here and say that he had a slime token, because when he was back in here, he was next to a ghost that got captured. It was a galloping ghoul, which means it would have splattered slime on him. So I'm going to put 1 slime token on him. Stance is going to have to catch up to him and help him with that. Okay, that was correction number 2. And then a big one that I want to cover with you guys, and you know, it's regarding line of sight. Line of sight rules, games that have lots of line of sight rules can sometimes get a little when you're trying to do a solo game, but I want to cover this because I think it's important. Okay, I'm going to talk about line of sight because I made an error a little earlier. I'm not going to go back and correct that error, but I just want to make sure you understand how it works. Let's say I'm playing, I think this is Melnitz here, and I want to shoot this guy. I had done this before. I thought that for some reason, again, when I was learning at the con, said you could shoot through ghosts there. Immaterial, you can shoot through them, but you can't. So if this cool-looking guy here that you won't see in this session is here, and I'm trying to shoot this toilet, this ghostly, ghastly toilet, I will not be able to hit that toilet. I have to hit that one first. I could, however, step up and then shoot diagonally, because you have to be able to trace a line to a line, so I could do that. But I would have had to move 1 over here. So I probably could have pulled it off. I just didn't pull it off in the way that I displayed it. So that is my correction. Alright, so let's get on now and start going back to our gameplay. You know, I actually love learning games better with you guys, because you always find things that either I or other people in my gaming group or something have missed, and it really helps me play my game better. I hope it does the same thing for you, and that in working together and watching these things, you actually get to learn the gaps and the mistakes that other people are making, so you don't make them yourself. But anyway, we're going to get started. We are going to start with Spangler, who has 1 slime token on him, which would have changed probably what I did with him. So, yeah, I think that he's going to spend his turn taking his slime off him because he wants to head toward that gate. So he's going to do that. That slime token is now no longer on him. And that's going to be his whole bloody turn. Because if you take it off yourself, it does take your whole turn to do. Okay, and then it's probably a waste of his turn, but because of that screw-up, I could have had him run back, which would have resulted in someone else having to take an action to get slime off him. So we'll just do it that way. Yeah, works for me. Okay, next up, Venkman. Okay, or Venkman's going to go. So he's right here. I could hit him toward that gate too, or I could trap some more ghosts. I think he's going to shoot this one, see if we can trap it right here. This one here. Or he could step up. You know what else? You know what he's going to do, actually? He's going to step to here. He's going to shoot that one right there. Because if he gets that one, then he can get experience points for sliming it. And also, as part of the correction, get experience points for trapping it. I think the confusion when everybody was learning the rules there is it says put a stream marker on it. You take the stream markers off to get a experience point, but you don't need to put a stream marker on those because they get trapped in 1 shot. Anyway, we're going to do this. We're going to shoot the galloping ghoul with Venkman. Let's see if he can succeed. A 4, so he does. There is no other players directly around this guy, so when he pops, that is going to get Venkman with a slime token, which is going to give him experience. So that's going to actually give him 2 experience. See what I'm talking about, how quickly this will go up at this rate? Because now we are at level 2, and his level 2 ability is once during your turn, if an adjacent Ghostbuster would get slimed, you can swap spaces with that Ghostbuster and get slimed instead. Kind of like that one too. But the last thing he's going to do before he ends his turn is hand these off to Zed. They are next to each other here, see, boom, boom. And so he's going to hand his 2 little galloping ghouls that he trapped off to Zed. Okay, next up we got Stan's. Well, as you know, Stan's special ability is, his first level special ability is to remove a slime token from a fellow Ghostbuster, which is what he's going to do for his first action. He's going to remove the slime token from Venkman, the one that he had, and then that was going to give him another experience. Boom. See, even without that getting experience for each stream, he's going up pretty quickly in his experience. And then we are going to have him start helping with the other gate. So he's going to go 1, 2, and next turn he'll be able to unslime Spangler. Okay, moving on. We're down to Zed. Well, Zed is going to take a step back, and he's going to shoot once at this ghost, at the gruesome twosome there, which you know needs a 4 to hit. And the reason he's doing that is because if he steps back and captures it, he can get it next turn. He can start by depositing it in the Ecto one with 3 points. Well, between that one and another Galloping Ghoul. Okay, let's roll this die. A 2, so he missed, unfortunately, which means to do what it says on the Galloping Ghoul card, when missed, move 1 space toward the Ghostbuster, then move 1 space in a random direction. So he moves 1 to here, and then we're going to roll the D8 to see where he goes. We rolled a 6, so he moves 1 back. He's kind of, he's being a little schizo. Okay, and that ended the whole round, so now we're going to go roll our event die and see what happens. A plus. So we're going to, that's actually one of the closed gates, I'll show you. This is the plus one up here, but you know when you hit a release gate, or you hit a closed, or sorry, you roll a closed release gate that says each Ghostbuster carrying 1 or more trapped ghosts has to give 1 up. Well, Zeddemore has 2 Galloping Ghouls. Galloping Ghouls, so this one's going to come out, and you know that it's going to come out somewhere near him, so we're going to roll. It comes out in 7. Boom. Someone had asked if when they pop out, does that mean they come across you and slime you? That answer is no, they don't. So actually 7's right here, so it's going to be right there when it pops out. And that is the end of our first turn this session. So let's move on and get Spangler going. Actually, I moved Stance over to unslime Spangler, but he had unslimed himself, so we're okay there. But let's move him anyway. I'm going to move over the camera just a bit. I think he can start getting in line of sight. These guys are going to move 1, 2, and that puts him in line of sight of this Boogaloo here. That's a Boogaloo manifestation, not the big Boogaloo himself. Now the Boogaloo, I'm going to put them up on screen for you right now. They require a bit more. They need a 4 or better to hit. Takes 3 streams to trap them. When they are hit, they move 1 space toward the Ghostbuster, so we got a couple spaces between us. When trapped, of course, place it on their card, and then when missed, it moves 2 spaces toward the Ghostbuster, then 1 in a random direction. And then it also has a special. After miss movement, slime in 4 directions based on the movement die results. So we'll have to see how that goes. Okay, so first off, he is going to take a shot at that one when he needs a 4 or better. Now, I don't know how detailed these are for you in the screen because of their translucent blue, but they are very detailed miniatures. They look really neat. So yeah, I wanted to point that out to you because I thought it was worth looking at to show you. Anyway, let's roll our attack die for Spangler. Come on, Spangler. 4, he gets a stream on the Boogaloo manifestation. So we're going to take one of his stream counters. Boom. We're going to put it right on him, so he's got a stream token out. Remember, he's got to keep line of sight with that guy. So he was hit, which means that when he's hit, he moves 1 space toward the Ghostbuster. So boom. Okay. Awesome. Next up, we're going to have Venkman. Now Venkman's way over on the other side here, so we're going to move over a bit again. Well, I really want Zeddemore to get this one, but I also don't want to slime Zed. Ah, I got it. Okay, I'm attacking this Boogaloo here. I'm going to show you with Venkman. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do there. Remember, he needs a 3 or better. I take it back. I looked at that ability. He is going to have to move, but he can do it anyway. He's going to move here, so he can be adjacent to Zeddemore, and I'll show you why. Then he's going to shoot this little guy right here. Okay, we need a 3 or better. A 5, he did it again. He is kicking butt there. So he does. Now, let me show you something before I do his experience. For his new level 2 ability, it says once during your turn, if an adjacent Ghostbuster would get slimed, swap spaces with the Ghostbuster and you get slimed instead. So this goes boom, we swap spaces. Venkman is going to get slimed instead, boom. And that gives him not only 1, but then 2 experience points because he also trapped the Galloping Ghoul. So that puts him up to 7. Boom. He'll be level 3 before we know it. Okay. And then I put that ghost on his sheet. And that we are good to go. Now remember, he does have a slime token, so he's down to 1 action, but we can fix that pretty soon. Okay, so let's continue onward. That was Venkman. That's his turn. Now we're going to go back to Stance. Stance is here. Let's move over just a bit. Stance and Spangler are definitely heading to get rid of this gate. So what we're going to do now, though, is we're going to go 1, 2. That puts us within 3 of this guy here, and Stance is going to take a crack at him as well. Now we do need a 4 to hit or better, so let's hope we succeed. 2, we missed. Now we've had better luck this turn, so I'm not going to get frustrated with rolling low this time at least. We did miss the Boogloo, so he is going to move 2 spaces, which I didn't think ahead very well on that one, because that is going to put him there. And put a slime token on Stance, but that's okay because he can get rid of 1 on himself for free. Okay, and so he's in his space right now. Now we have to roll a random direction to see where he goes next. Hopefully it's not. Oh, good, it's not. He didn't end up on top of Spangler, so he ends up right here. He got slimed in the process, and the Boogloo manifestation is. Oh wait, yeah, that's right. Okay, we're good. We're good. I want to look at the Boogloo's card again, just to be sure. It's after missed movement. Slime in 4 directions. Okay, so I do have to roll that. We're going to have to see what he still could end up getting Spangler in this. Let's see, a 3. So on a 3, he's going to do the corners. So here, he's right here. So it's going to be here, here, here. Uh-oh, that's not good. Stance got 2 slimes on him from that one, but it did miss Spangler. Wow, that was a bad move on my part, wasn't it? Bad strategic planning there. Okay, so yeah, he got him on that with the corners, and it does say in the 4 directions. So when I rolled the 3, if you look on the card, it shows these corners right here. So it's going to be those 4 corners. Okay, that was Stance. Stance botched that up pretty good. I guess that's apropos with the character in the films. Then we have Zed. Now, I don't want Zed to get slimed, and if we hit the gruesome twosome, or we miss rather, it'll move 1 space towards him. So I think he is going to back up 1. I know that seems like a waste because it's going to give him 1 roll, but then he won't get slimed if that moves 1 toward him on a miss. And then on 1 random space, it could move anywhere. It could get Venkman again. Who knows? We'll see. Okay, let's roll. Come on, hit 5. He did it, which means he captured that ghost. That is, again, a gruesome twosome. So it says, when trapped, place it on your character card. Doesn't do anything special at that point. But that would technically put 2 streams on him like that, right? So we're going to take those 2 off. That gives him 2 experience points. And he trapped the gruesome twosome. Now, he can't turn him into Ecto 1 this turn because it is an action, but he does get his 2 experience points for a stream. So here's the cool part. This was my plan, and it worked. You get to 2nd level. It says once during your turn you may take a free deposit trap ghost action and into a deposit space within line of sight. So he is next to Ecto 1 there, so he is going to turn these 2 in. That means that they're going to go back to the spirit world nozzily, so he's going to get another experience for that. So he did get his 3 experience points for the total event. Yay! Okay, we're doing well, but that ends the 2nd turn for this session, and now we're going to have to go back and roll our event die. Okay, here we go. A circle. Well, yeah, let's look at that. So the circle's a closed gate. My problem here is that, yeah, so that means we have to lose a ghost. Now, oh, actually, it's not that bad. Venkman has 1 guy here, so it's going to pop off of Venkman. I had already turned in Zed's ghost, so this wasn't a very big deal. But here's the die roll, a 3, so it's going to appear right here. Darn thing. Those release gates are hitting us now. And that was the event. So that's it. We're going to do one more round this session and keep playing. So the first one we're going to do is Spangler. Well, Spangler has an obvious thing that he has to do. He's going to have to remove a slime from Stance, otherwise Stance isn't going to get a turn. Now Spangler doesn't get any experience for that, but that is what he's going to do. So boom, he removes that slime token from Stance. Okay, the next thing he's going to do, I believe, is take a shot at the gate. I'd like to get that Boogaloo manifestation, but if he moves, he won't be able to attack anything. So I think the gate is 1, 2, 3 is within line of sight, so I believe that's what we're going to do. Good news is we do have a Galloping Ghoul in the spirit world, so if we do manifest from a miss, it'll be a Galloping Ghoul again. So, okay, let's roll, see what we get. A 3, so he did miss. It does require 4. Yeah, 4 to hit the gate, which means a ghost emerges from the spirit world. So our die here, we're going to roll to see. Let's see what he gets. A crooked die, a 8, so it's going to come out right here. It is the one lone little Galloping Ghoul that we have in the spirit world. Pops out right there. And unfortunately that was Spangler's turn, so I mean it's good because we still got some stuff to do here. So Venkman's in a little bit of a situation because he's already got slimed. I think he's just going to attack this one and see if he can get experience while those two work on that gate. Zed can come clear the slime token off him. And then they can transfer the ghosts again. So he's just going to attack this little guy right here. Cute little Galloping Ghoul. Okay, let's do it. Boom, a 3, he hit exactly. So he does trap it. That means it comes off the board, goes onto his player sheet, but he does gain another slime token. So he's got 2 of them now, and that means he won't have any actions. But he does go up to 8 experience points for getting slimed, and then another point for trapping the ghost. So he's almost at level 3. Okay, good stuff. Now, that is his turn, though, because he only had the 1 action. Now he's got 2 slime tokens. Now we're going to go to Stance. So Stance's second level ability, once during your turn you may remove a slime token from yourself for free. Boom, he does that. So that was free, so now he has 2 actions. He is going to go 1, 2, and take a shot at... No, he's good. I think he'll try and trap... He'll get another slime token on that guy. Man, that... well, we know how that went last time. But we... I can trace a line from one of his corners to one of the, like, here to here, so I do believe... Let me check line of sight on that. Hey, guys, I just realized I made a mistake. The yellow line there, he could not trap that ghost. So I'm going to take that back. He's going to go down 2 experience points. Boom. That's going to remove 1 slime from him. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately he couldn't have done that. He would have had to move. So just to backtrack on that, I don't see any point in moving over there to capture him. I think what he'll do is just move to here and allow Zetamore to get that slime off him. Okay, now we'll go back to Stance. It's a little fuzzy for me whether or not I have line of sight on that. I'm trying to read through the rules on it and see if it makes sense whether or not I can attack that. Some of the diagrams would suggest that I can't. So I think those 2 ghosts there on the corner are blocking it. So I think what we are going to do is we're going to attack this Boogaloo manifestation, try and get some big experience points out of that guy. Let's hope for some luck here. A 1. Well, not good luck, but at least he gets an experience point for that because he does get the experience points. Oh, he can re-roll. He's going to re-roll. He's got a second level ability to re-roll. Let's see if he can do it. Well, there you go. Destiny. He is meant to get a 1. So he is now, I think it was at 7. I'll have to go back and check because the slider got out of whack there. Let's go back. I think it's up 1 more. I'll check. Okay, let's go deal with the fact he missed, though. Okay. When missed, move 2 spaces toward the Ghostbusters. So guess what? That's okay because he can unslime himself for free, but now it moves in a random direction. So let's do that. 4. So it's going to move straight here. Well, the good news is he can only slime him again. I did put the slime token on him already for him passing through a space. But now let's see. Remember on a miss, he has a special. He's going to blot, kind of implode or explode some slime. On an 8, that means it's going to be here, here, here. Basically, the compass points here, 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 and here. So he missed Stan's on that one. And that is the end of Stan's turn. Okay, now we got Zed. And now we got that gate. We've got to get over there and unblock that gate or we're not going to be able to attack it. So Zed, the first thing Zed's going to do is remove a slime token from Bankman. And then he's going to go 1, 2, because he's going to start heading in there to help with this issue we have over here. Actually, take it back. He's getting in the Ecto 1. So he was here, right? Yeah, so, well, no, he was here. So you had to move over. Either way, he's getting in the Ecto 1, but I got to check my camera on that just a sec. Okay, yeah, he was right there, so he's going to get in the Ecto 1 and go 1, 2, can you do that yet? No lines. Okay, 3, 4 to right there. He can still get out on this side here and start attacking, but that allows him to deposit Ghost rather quickly. So that is the end of Zed's turn. That's basically the end of our third turn for this session. So let's go roll the event die. Okay, let's see what happens. A plus. Well, that means we're going to lose. Nobody has any ghosts on them. So again, on a release gate, if it is closed, which that one would be, that's the +1. It says carrying each Ghostbuster carrying a ghost. None of them are, so that's going to end that. Nothing happens, and that's going to end our session, guys. Hey, thanks again for the corrections. I'm glad I could post something on that. I appreciate the input as always. So thanks so much, and I'll talk to you soon, guys. Have a great week or weekend, depending on when you watch this, and see you next time.